Hi friends, I'm back again with another junk journal. This one is the ultimate junk journal. This is the most huge journal I have ever made. I'm going to call it the ultimate junk journal because it's a lot of repurposed items. There's ephemera in here. There's lots of lace. There's buttons, sewing. I will give you the dimensions. It is 11.5 tall and 7 3/4 wide and a 4 1/4 inch spine. I've covered the spine with, there's fabric that's been reinforced. There's some hard like hard cardboard, or like a it was really heavy duty. It's not cardboard. Anyway, I can't think of what it's called. Like box material, but it's very dense. It was very nice, and it's just perfect for this. The book boards were from an old encyclopedia. I love the color. It's kind of a teal color. This fabric was, I think, from curtains, and it's a nice thick cotton, I believe. It's 5 signatures, and it also has 4 signatures within the book as well, and we'll get to those later. I have named her Bethany. This lady is Bethany to me. I wanted a lady's name that started with the letter B because I had this insert here, this divider, and it had the B, the letter B, and it comes out. It's very snug in there, but it does come out, and so you could make some notes here and here, and then just slip her right back in here. I chose Bethany because a long time ago I went to a church that one of the little girls' names was Bethany, and she was a real sweet little gal, and I learned that her name is from a village in the Bible during New Testament time, and it was, from what I understand, where Mary and Martha, Jesus' friends, that's where they lived, Mary and Martha. So that's why I named her Bethany. And she has 364 book pages in the 5 signatures, and then 112 extra pages on the removable signatures. So altogether that would be 476 plus pages, because I always put in extras, writing surfaces. So she is big. She's the biggest one I've ever made, and I hope she'll find a home somewhere. The front I have decorated with buttons, and these buttons help to secure the book boards to the spine fabric, as well as the glue and all. And on the back, instead of buttons, I used paper fasteners that go through, and that helps to secure that fabric onto the book board. Okay, so we'll get started here. I'm awful close, aren't I? Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, so we'll get started. I did not want to cover the inside because it's that marbled paper, and it's in good shape. So here's the inside fabric that holds the spine onto the book board. There's lots of coffee stained paper. There's sewing. There's trim. This is a pocket that I've made out of dictionary page, so you can tuck things here. There's old cards. There's an old wrapper from a single edge blade. I had a bunch of those in an auction, so it's just nice. And then the top pocket has some ephemera in it with some money. You know, you can go to the bank and get, you know, whatever this is worth. Lots of floral pages. Here's an old lunch ticket from where I went to school. It's a reproduction, but I just thought I liked the color of it. And that was my boyfriend when I was in 5th or 6th grade. So I backed it with some grid paper. This is a fun dictionary page. Whoever owned the dictionary on this particular page put moo by the cow, bah by the lamb or the sheep, and oink by the pig. So I thought that was kind of fun. I backed it with some grid paper, and it's on a pretty floral book page. I love this picture, and I'm imagining this to be Bethany when she was a little bit younger. I've made it look really old, and I love her wavy hair. So, oh, and this looked like a tear when I printed it off. It looked like it had torn right here. So I went ahead and tore it, you know, and then I put some of that stained Scotch tape on it to make it look authentic. But I think that's Bethany when she was younger. Here's some other butterflies. Bethany liked everything nature. And so there's lots of nature and floral. There's a book page or a date page for February 11th, 1949. Here's a little clock face you can use for extra journaling. And this particular ledger page is from 1887. First National Bank, Plum Creek, Nebraska. That's my town before they changed the name. I did this background, and I think it looks like old-fashioned sheet material, bed sheet material. This is just an something out of an antiques book. Lots of music paper. She liked roses. Each of the signatures has this French label, a French-like label enlarged in the middle. And I put a little tab here to make it easy to turn. And then there's lots of little tuck spots. There's a tuck spot with birds. And then here's another little piece of ledger for extra journaling. That's from 1956. Here's another ledger from an insurance company from Kansas. And this particular client bought some tornado insurance and fire insurance. And I made a belly band with a ruffle with eyelet trim on top. And that's more of the book page that you'll find throughout this book. I'm going to try to get through this fairly quick. There's some Insects of America. And that's just attached to the ledger page, and then it opens up. And then I reproduced this dime savings book, and I didn't know for sure how old it was, but then I got to look, and it must be pretty old because I don't know how long ago the Mercury head dimes were there, but this is 1941. So I just thought that was kind of a fun little addition. I made some clusters. I put one on a page like this on every signature of the 5 signatures. This is the front page, or the first page, of a pianoforte book. I put some lace, and this is a pocket here, and it holds. I found this at an antique store, and I've just been waiting for a good reason or a place to put it, and this large format journal, junk journal, was the perfect place for it. And there's a nice little handkerchief pocket. Some more of the flower book page. Okay, here is the first of the first of the 4 inserts, and it's made from an old large envelope, and I just made the cover of all of these. So there's more places to journal, and you can take them out because this is elastic, so you can take these out and go wherever you want. There's pockets here with some goodies in. I won't go into all of them, but you can see. Okay, so here's the second signature with a large pocket, and has a little ruffle on the side. This was made from might be the pages out of this book. And then this one will come off. It's a picture of several different flowers out of, I think, of a dictionary, and it's a reproduction. And here's more writing space. Here's a embossed pocket, and it holds some trading stamps and a stamp book and a large format index card that's vintage. And this book has some stamps in it as well. So that'll be fun for whoever gets this to do some collaging. How Americana is that? Everybody knows what stamp collecting's all about. I found this picture. I cut it out of that book. I just love those colors, and whoever gets this can use that however he or she wants. And then this is a flip out of the evergreens of North America. I love that. It's so pretty. And then that's the second middle. And I have a little bit of a tab there with some fabric. Some more roses. And then here's a little tuck here. I just put a piece of old ledger there. I like all the calligraphy there. And then this is just reproduction of a advertisement, I think it is, but you can write on the back of it. It's a top tuck of that hanky there, and I put a little cross charm here with a little safety pin, and this is a little snapshot. I love how they put a frame around it, and it says Boone, Iowa, taken in 1939, Cassie, Martin, and Lee. So somebody out there might be related to Cassie, Martin, and Lee. Don't you just love that staining? And then the bottom, there's some of the pages on the bottom have some ruffles or lace. And then here's another cluster that I made, and this was one of her gentleman callers. His name is Glenn Pettit. Here's the second removable signature, and again it's made with a large format manila envelope, and it has lots of places to journal as well, and pockets with some more interesting things in it. This one it's covered with an advertisement page from a needlework magazine. Here's another large pocket, and it has a pull tab of a penny roll. I don't know what it's called, what you put your pennies in and take to the bank. And isn't that a sweet little picture? And then a tuck here at the bottom. These are some chemistry flashcards and a sale receipt from Harwager Poultry Farm of Grand Island, Nebraska. And a ruffle down this side. Here's another little tuck spot. And it has North America, fur-bearing animals. And I love this, the calligraphy of February 1929. This is a ledger book from, I think it's Rapid City, South Dakota. And then I made this little envelope here, and it holds another meal ticket from my grade school. Oh, the things we keep, huh? Wow. I knew I'd need them sometime. Here's another date book page. It's for March 2nd, 1949. Temperature was 45 degrees, wind out of the south, and it was warm. And then it tells what they did that day, I think, is what they're getting at right there. It's a map page. Another music page. Some more of the, some plants out of that plant book. Another rose. And I love that background image. Here's another French label. And just a little tab here to help get through those pages. Because when they're all about the same, you need a little bit of help getting around. So that's why I put those little tabs on the middle. This was found in one of the ledger books that I have. Talks about, evidently on the North 40 maybe, 36 heifers, 35 steers to be dehorned. Just kind of fun. And then this is removable, but it's an enlarged postcard of some of my German postcards. I just love the imagery. Another snapshot. Let's see, this is Mrs. Meeker. This was taken in California with her son Art and her grandson and great-grandson. Mrs. Meeker died October 4th, 1949. So that's them. If you know them, you might want this journal. Okay, here's another cluster that I made, and this holds a little trading card with a bird, and it has a little pull piece of fabric for the pull. I love that dog. And this is a peekaboo. This old fabric, I just love it. I don't know what it was. Must have been a bedspread maybe. And then a little eyelet trim on top, and a little whoop up above, whoopee whoop. Then it's got the lace on the, or not lace, it's eyelet trim again on the bottom, but it's more of a fabric than a trim. Eyelet fabric. Okay, here's another old large format manila envelope. It was some company envelope. So I've decorated the back with this pretty plant book page, and then I put some old Scotch tape on there to look like it was holding it on. There's several pages in the middle, and then there's bingo cards. This one I made pockets. There's 2 pockets on each side, and and this one I've got framed with picture frames. And then there's bingo cards. Oh, this one's a Quizmo card. And then there's 2 bingo cards here. This one's covered with an invoice or a receipt of some sort. Statement maybe, I'm not sure. And anyway, and then I made this little book. Looks like a savings and loan kind of book, but it's compliments of Guarantee Fund Life Omaha. And then I put this picture here. I have the original, and it gave me the idea to make these. So I made these, and I should make a digital for everybody else to use, because it is fun to include. And then this just holds a little tablet inside with extra pages. Here's a picture of a friend of Bethany's. She goes in there. And then on this side, there's another little pocket, and it holds an alphabet chart and extra place to journal there. And then on the back, I just embossed it with a really pretty floral image. And it just rests right inside there really nicely. And here is signature number 4. Another nice big pocket to put things. Gridded paper. And then Bethany loves animals too, and these are some of the dogs and cats that she likes. And here's a flip up. Another date page. It's April 5th of 1949. It was election day. And then she writes who all got what votes and how many votes they got, their names and all. Another cluster here. I used this, I guess it was another date book, but I liked this, the slotted side over here to hang off so you could see that. And another batch of pictures here. And then here's a little page out of that one train conductor's book that I have. And so that just is a nice extra little place to journal. This also looks like old bed sheet material. Here's a large format, and I was going to make it a belly band, but it's just a pocket. So it holds a large format flashcard, and also this little page out of an old school book. And I thought it was really fun because whoever had the school book put a little penny. It was one of those, it's not really a wheat penny, it's an Indian head penny, and they did a rubbing with their charcoal on it. So I just thought that was a fun little place in time. Talk about a piece of ephemera. That's pretty cool, I think. And then this one has a flip out, and it goes quite a ways. Opens up all the way over there, and then you can also open it up this way. And it just folds back in and it closes. I love this. This page, I made a frame, and then you open it up so you can see it and see it real big. This also looks like old sheet fabric. The middle here is another French label, and I put a little tab there. Some more flowers. This is a flip out, and it's also a pocket, and this holds a really pretty card, and I think it's a thank you card. Yes, it says, "Dear Aunt and Uncle, this is a rather belated thank you." I think it was a little gal that had graduated, and she was thanking her aunt and uncle for their gift. And then this opens up both ways. Here's a little snippet with an old ledger, just bits and pieces of it, and then a bug, something about beetles. Here's a snowflake I made out of book page. I did some paste, texture paste here on that book page. Whoops, timed out on me. Some more ledger book, flower book page. Here's another of the envelopes, and this is the one that will come off because there's the elastic in the middle. But these have all been sewn. They are sewn into the envelope, so there's no you won't lose the pages out of the signature. Okay, this one is, it opens up. Well, come on, one more time. Okay, so this one flops open. It's an old advertisement, and it's lined with a little bit of ledger paper, and there's some, I think there's postcards in here, just old postcards of different places to be. That this is in Philadelphia. This is Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. This is in Philadelphia. Goodness sakes. And so this is 1940. So that would just tie back over that button. And then on the back here I have this fun little hand there, and he's holding some more flashcards, and then I think there's more postcards and some prescriptions in there. And this is another peekaboo, and I just put some of her friends from high school. These are from 1929. Another date page, May 27th, 1949. Warm and fair, went to Lincoln in the evening, had birthday dinner, blah, 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 blah. I'm interested, I just don't have time, sorry. And I just like to put something like that in there. I just like the look of it. A lovely way to spend an evening. That's the name of this song. I love architecture, and so this was in, it might have been in one of these encyclopedias, and I backed it with a red grid paper. You can see that back here, and there's some more ledger-like paper. And then this is my aunt, my great aunt, when she was probably 15 or 16, and I like to put wings behind her. And there's a top tuck here, and it has game cards from a game called Turing. Oh, T. Wow, what a deal. This is just a flashcard for the letter T. And then this comes out, and then this flips over. Just a copy of another advertisement. Yeah, an advertisement. Oh, we're getting there, we're almost done. Just a little tag here. And then this flips out and back. And there's more of that beautiful late 1800s ledger from a bank. And then here's another little cluster, and this is another little favorite guy that would come calling. His name is Leroy. And this comes out, it's just paper clipped in, and so you have more space to journal. Some more lace on the bottom. This is just tipped in. It's just extra place to write. I punched this for just some texture and something pretty to look at. And then the back, again, is the marbled paper, and I covered the paper fastener pokey things with this heavy-duty ticking fabric. I don't think I showed the bottom. So you can see the bottom has the lace that's kind of flowing out. There's a little bit of lace and sewing that you can see on the end, or the edges. And on top, there's some on top as well. So that is Bethany. She's a big one. So I hope you enjoyed her. I hope you're all well, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for coming. Bye now.